just kind of had the ball rolling, and I was like, oh well, I just keep doing this thing, and since he got that cool card, I would kind of break boxes, which that was a nice thing. I'd break the boxes and make like 10, probably about I think about 10 to 15% probably on average, probably the profit from each box, and I would just take that and kept moving, as you could say, leveling up, kept going higher and higher boxes. Did Neo Destiny first edition, Sky Ridge, and broke open those, and it kept kind of rolling down the hill, and I just kept getting the bigger things, and kind of used that money to buy a first edition base box. I traded a lot of Neo boxes for it, but I think it was valued around 65,000, something like that at that time, and eventually sold that.
All that started with just a couple $100, huh?
yeah. It just kept going, because I had, I worked a full-time job. I had a really good job as an accountant, and my wife was an accountant, and until June of 2020, we didn't have a kid, so it was just 2 incomes, no kid. Just use whatever, use that money, just kind of roll with it,
and you ended up selling that first edition box to Logan Paul, right?
Yeah, I did sell it to him. He bought it at an auction. He bought one for, I can't remember, it was like 190 or something. It was, or 200. I can't remember what it was, that one auction they did on Heritage, and it was like, that's crazy. And I was like, just throw some joke post up there and tag him. I said, hey, if you want another one, here's one. And I took some picture of it. And then he ended up messaging, and, we agreed on, I guess, 325K. And
Jesus,
I think it was the cheapest box that I sold to him, because I think Rusty sold his for 350. I think the other people sold it for 350. I think Collector's Cash sold it for like 330 or something. So I was the cheapest, but I think I was one of the first that went to him, because we drove, because we had a 4-month-old at that time. I didn't want to fly that. I didn't want to deal with all that, and so we drove over there. It was only a 6-hour drive, and it was funny because we went in there and we met him. He did a thing, and he's like, yeah, he just bought Rusty's box like a few days ago or something. And I kind of knew that, because I talked to Rusty about it, and he kind of hinted at it, but we were all under NDA, not to say anything. So, I could tell that he had sold his, but he couldn't say anything about it. Which I was like, well, if TCA's selling, then, I really respect what he's, his ability to really read the market. So I kind of pushed me to like, okay, I'll sell it. But it was funny. I got there and he's like, yeah, I just bought his, and FedEx literally, because I guess FedExed it. And he's like, FedEx literally left it outside on the street in front of our fence. No, didn't want to, they didn't do the signature, even though he asked for it. They just left it there. And, luckily they had like security cameras outside, and I was like, man, that's insane, but yeah, with that, and then, sold that.
You were in Logan Paul. I remember seeing you in Logan Paul's video too, and you like walk, I don't know how they, like, if that was staged or everything, but you walking in with that first edition box and just being like, oh my God.
No, it wasn't staged. We just, he texted me, and I texted him like, we're outside, and then walked down. We just walked inside, and basically I handed it was like a minute or two. I was only in there, because it was also, October 2020, it was kind of the height of COVID, so it was like, even it's like people around, and it's like you want to get in and out. So I did that while he opened it, and actually my wife, and she had my daughter in like a little chest thing, in the front, and she kind of walked around, and saw it back, and apparently it was I didn't really see the house. Apparently it was a absolutely just insane house, but yeah, then we sold it, got out of there, and we moved on.